Hi there, I'm Construction Gamer and this is just a quick roundabout tutorial for City Skylines. In this I'm going to show you how to build a vanilla roundabout really quickly and easily, and one that won't deform. We're going to quickly pause the game. We've got a bit of a junction here that's prime for a roundabout to try and improve things a little bit. I know it's not particularly busy, but it was just a good location for me to build a roundabout. What I'm going to do for this, for the vanilla roundabout, is going to start off with the dirt track. We're going to use the dirt track as two things, as a measurement tool and as a brace to keep the roundabout in shape, but I'll explain a little bit more about that in a minute. But it's just plain really simple, just going to use this as a measurement. So this roundabout is going to be 80, each arm of this is going to be 80 there, so there you can see a construction cost of 80, and we're going to build across where each of the segments costs 80, and that gives us a perfect cross shape on which we can build our roundabout. And then from 90 degrees we're going to use the freeform tool, although you could use the curve tool, but I find the freeform tool just as easy. And from one of those arms we're going to start 90 degrees like that, and then we're just going to continue round like that. And now what we want to do is upgrade this. We can either upgrade it to a standard one-way road. If this is in the middle of a city centre, you might want, or in the middle of a town, you might want to put some trees around it, make it look a little bit nicer. But if it's a main kind of highway roundabout type thing out of the city centre, you want to upgrade it to something like that, nice and straightforward. I'm going to join the roads up now. So we've got this end of this highway here, and we're just going to dump these roads straight into that roundabout. Now this is the most straightforward, simplest roundabout you can build. So then we've got this 2-lane, we're just going to put that into there, and then this 2-lane standard road, we just want to get this in like that. Now whilst we are connecting the roads up, we want to keep this dirt track in place. That is really important. That's one of the main things for building a vanilla roundabout, or any roundabout if you're using this method, is you want to keep that brace in place. Otherwise what will happen is, if we remove these roads, let's remove the brace, and if we come in, if it comes in at a slightly odd angle, say something like that, you can see it's deformed straight away and it's pretty much ruined our perfect roundabout. So yeah, you want to make sure you keep that brace in place until you've finished putting all the road segments in. So that's it basically. That's how you make a vanilla roundabout without any mods at all. I'm going to make another roundabout now. I'm just going to show you how you can improve it still further. So this time we're going for about 140. Actually you want to come off at right angle. So let's make a nice big roundabout, 140 like that. Each of those segments is costing 140. Still exactly the same. Come off at 90 degrees and boom, bang. Oh, maybe, I don't think that must have been slightly out. Right, let's try that again. So 140, you want to get it so just till it clicks to 140. So there, 140. Let's try that again. Hopefully should be right this time. So get that in place, make sure you're coming off at 90 degrees. Yeah, that's better already. And then we're going to upgrade this to a 2-lane. You could use 3-lane. Let's try that. But I don't think the 3 lanes get used that well really in vanilla. So we're going to stick with the 2 lanes. And what we're going to do is sometimes called supercharging. So what we want to do is, instead of coming off at like these points here, we're going to come off at a slightly different location. This is why the roundabout size is important, because you wouldn't be able to do this with a small roundabout. 120 is about the minimum you can get away with for something like this. And what we're going to do is we're going to come off at an angle, something like that, and then sweep in, and then into there like that. And then again, same here. You want to try and make it look as nice. It's not always possible with vanilla, but just a little bit of playing around can make it look as nice, because you don't want something that looks, it doesn't want to do it now. Something that looks like that isn't really ideal. So if we come in from this way, we want it to be a nice sweeping curve into the roundabout, something like that. And then you can see there the traffic is a lot more smoother. So if we go back to this, we'll just use a standard road for this demonstration. if we just kept it like this, what happens if the traffic coming down has to slow right down, make a 90-degree turn and then come onto the roundabout? Similarly, come off the roundabout rather. Similarly, coming onto the roundabout, traffic has to make a 90-degree turn and then sweep in. So something like this is a lot better. It is better if it's on a flat piece of road, a flat piece of terrain, but you can see there the traffic coming off the roundabout just kind of nice and gently comes off and then coming on. So that is why. You can even do it if you're just doing a 2-lane. So we'll try it with this, something like that, and then you're just going to use the one-way road like that. Yeah, I'd say about 100. I think about 140 is about as small as you're going to get away with if you want to supercharge it. And then actually we need to make those, they should have been one way, single lane like that, and then come into there like that, and that just makes the approach coming on and off a lot more gentler. You do get a bit of a funny right turn, and sometimes vehicles will do that right turn, but in general this is a better way to make your roundabout. And then once you've finished putting all of your road connections in place, you remove the brace and you have a not a bad looking roundabout. It looks relatively realistic actually. It's not too bad for a vanilla roundabout. Now what we want to do is we want to make this roundabout actually function like a roundabout, which I will explain what I mean. I'm just going to connect this road up. It's not important, but I'll get that up. But one thing we do want to do is make this actually function like a roundabout. Currently, traffic coming onto the roundabout won't give way to anyone, because basically we're driving on the left hand side for my city, and what you're supposed to do is give way to vehicles coming from the right, and they just don't do that. They just drive onto the roundabout. And what you can do, if you're not careful, you can end up with traffic trying to come on, off, and they all just snarl up around the roundabout and they just sit there doing nothing, which is not really what you want. So in order to make the traffic flow a little bit more realistic and ensure that vehicles are giving way, is just put some stop signs there. Just if you've done a supercharged approach like this, you will get 2 stop signs very close together. You just want to make sure the road coming on has the stop sign. Again, here you can see they're quite close together. You just want to look up the road and you see that's the stop sign, and you can get 2 stop signs there. I've left that unsupercharged, but just for the demonstration really. But they are now stopping. They sort of they don't fully give way, but at least they're stopping, which allows vehicles, say for example this vehicle coming off wants to turn right at the roundabout. He wants to come round like so, but if a car comes out and traffic's backed up here, then he's not going to be able to get off the roundabout. More traffic isn't going to be able to get on, and you just end up with a holy mess. So make sure you put those stop signs in place. 2 things to take away from this is keep the brace in place once you've built your roundabout. Keep that cross in there until you've finished building your roundabout, and put those stop signs on. And if you do 2 of those things, you should have a fairly good and nice working vanilla roundabout. Now I'm just going to quickly show you, if you're on PC and you do have access to mods, one mod that I think everyone should have, it's kind of a basic requirement if you are going to use mods, is the MoveIt tool. And all this allows us to do is just make this look a lot more realistic. So just pause the game a little minute and then just move those in with the MoveIt tool, and you can do the same here. So if you move these really close together, and you can really make that a sweeping approach. And just I know the train's glitching a little bit, just for this demonstration it just shows you how you can make the roundabout look a lot more realistic. Actually, we can move that down because we've got access to MoveIt mod. Move those right up to each other, and the supercharging looks a heck of a lot more realistic. And sometimes you can get rid of that right turn as well, so no one's able to turn right anymore, and they will just go straight on like that. So there we are. That is how to make a roundabout in the vanilla game without the use of any mods. It's relatively straightforward, but if you've got any questions, please do leave them in the comments below. If you found it useful, do hit that like button. It really does help small channels like mine get noticed. But I'm going to leave it there for today and say until next time, bye bye.